Hello everyone, this is Carol. I'm back with another journal that I have completed this week. This time it is a design team project for Kelly's Crafts by Kelly. I will link Kelly's Etsy shop below. This book will also be in my Etsy shop, which I will link that information also. The book itself is 5 3/4 by 8.5 inches tall. I've made a nameplate, as I usually do on most of my journals. I've named this journal Songbird. The actual kit's name is Spring Songbirds, so you'll see lots of birds, and if you like the color green and you love birds, this is a book that you are going to enjoy. The lace on the front was gifted to me by a friend, and I have backed the one of the pages in the kit with brown paper. I zigzagged around the edges, did the same with the page, the page from the kit, and then glued it to the brown paper and on the cover. This is a 1 3/4 inch spine that I've covered with lace. And this is the back page, which is, again, one of the pages in the book. Excuse me. I have eyelets applied for the closure with the ribbon. And I always leave the ribbon a little longer if you want it shorter. Whoever ends up with the book, they can cut it or whatever. I've also added some little flat back gems that you will see throughout the book too. We open up the inside. This is Tim Holtz paper that I thought went perfect for this kit because of the birds and the nature on it. I made a tag this book belongs to. I embossed the little, that's the stamp, and I heat embossed it, made a pocket out of it, and these are little tiny journaling cards that these are in the kit, but I downsized them because I wanted them for some other things in the kit too. So there are 3 of those in there. I've used stickles on a lot of things in the book, and I of course lined all of the backs of my cards. Oh, and the bow is seam binding from the Papered Soul, which I will link below too. I love Laura's things. You need to visit her shop too, because she has some really, really beautiful things there to make your journals. Here I have used a Martha Stewart punch. They're the flat back gems. This is Hobby Lobby lace here. Here is one of the pages from the kit, and I've used stickles, made it a pocket. Next page is more from the kit, and I have made this a pocket also, and here's a tag from the kit. I printed this out twice and then cut the little image down here and made the pocket. So it's really a double page, but only part of it for the pocket purpose. And here's another. This is one of my favorites in the kit. The robins and the trees there, and there's the babies up here. And I've used stickles and added gems for their eyes. And this is also a pocket. There's lots and lots of writing space in this journal. So if you're a bird watcher and like to journal about your birds or whatever you want to do, there's plenty of space to write. Here's another tag. This was a page from the kit that I used part of it for something else in the book, and I didn't want to waste it, so I made a tag from it. And there's more of the Papered Soul seam binding. The plaid paper that you see here is from my stash, and I used one almost whole 12 by 12 sheet using different pockets and envelopes and things that you will see in the book. This is a Tim Holtz die cut, the wildflowers, And Kelly has provided, this says Hello Spring, and she's provided several little word cutouts there and images that you can use throughout your journal too if you purchase this kit. And this is some antique lace that was again gifted by my friend who has asked to remain anonymous, so I am honoring that, and she knows who she is, so I'm sure she'll be watching. And here is, this is the Hobby Lobby lace. I'm sorry, Dollar Tree lace. I have lightly gone over this with I believe it's cut grass, Tim Holtz ink, and to give it the more green effect. This is from the kit, and Kelly has a couple of different guest checks that she's done with images on them. This is Graphics 45 paper from my stash. This is a part of a page from the kit, and I've made it into a pocket. Here are 3 tags and journal cards, and here's a postcard that is in the kit. And this is the Hobby Lobby trim, the leaves. This is half of a doily that I cut in half and put it at the top there. These are stickers. I believe that's Jolene's stickers. I don't know if those are available. I've had them a long time. I thought those would fit perfect in this book. And here's a heat embossed bird. I have done stenciling throughout the book. This is a Tim Holtz stencil. And here is a page. Some of these pages I just left, put nothing on them because they're so beautiful. Kelly does a wonderful, wonderful job with color. She really has an eye for putting it together and doing her digital work. This is the other side of the page. I printed on both sides. This is more of that antique lace. And here I put one of her journaling cards on, sewed around it, put it on a strip of paper from my stash, and made that a pocket. Here's another one of the guest check journaling cards. Here is more of that Graphics 45 paper, little thin piece of lace. This is a little image from the kit, and I added some of those Jolene flowers that I had talked about before. There's another card from the kit. She has lots and lots of images with like this with the cards that you can use them in pockets or 4 pockets or whatever. And there is a tag that I made just because I had the leftover paper and I thought it fit in here well and matched the pocket. Here is a napkin that I've decoupaged onto the corner of that. There are several pockets that Kelly does. I've added lace to this one and stickles. There's another journaling card that she has in the kit. Here's another napkin that I have decoupaged onto the doily. That's an oblong doily. These are pockets in these envelopes, and there are little cards there. And there is one under there. There it is. Whoops, upside down. There's that one. And inside, I won't open both of these, but inside I have made cards that match the envelope. And I've used a little punch and trimmed the edge of that and slip it right back in there. And there's one in both of these envelopes. This is more of that antique trim that I was gifted. And there's a little bit of it too. And I thought that went well because it's the black with the blackbirds there. And I just thought these pages are just beautiful. They're just like satin. When they print out, they print so pretty. And there's another one. More writing space. There's more stenciling. This is more of that paper from my stash. This is a pocket that Kelly has in the kit. there is a journaling card. I've added the bow. And then here is another. It's a double tuck spot. I've added one of those little journaling cards, added lace to it, and it fits right in there. And with the lace out, here's Hobby Lobby lace here. More of the antique lace. Here's some of Kelly's lined paper. Her lined paper is absolutely beautiful. She lines it so well and leaves plenty of room to write all over, but then just has it just at the edges, and her images, I can't say enough about it. And here's another one that I did on the other side, more stenciling. Here are two more of those cards. Like I said, she gives you plenty of these cards in the kit. And there I've made the pocket and then a journaling card. So, and I've added the little gems. There's more stenciling. Here's another. I tore the page of this one of the pages in the kit. And there are more of those cards. Here is another tag from the kit, and I've added the seam binding for a bow from the paper sole. And here is another postcard that is in the kit. And I've put vellum, printed on vellum, one of the pages. And here's another one of those Jolene florals that I added to the page. And there again, you can write here. Here is a page that I had this page already in the kit. I had printed it extra, was going to do something else with it, and it didn't work. So I put it here. You can flip it up, and as you see, the other side has the picture there of the robins. And then you have writing space here. So I just thought that was, I love that page anyway, so I didn't really mind it being in there more than once. Here's more writing space, Martha Stewart punch with gems added. And here I have taken an oval, taken one of the images, this is one of the mini 8 punches that I use in the front of the book. This is from the Graphics 45 paper. This time I put it at the bottom of the oval that I cut the birds out of one of the pages and made a pocket. Here is another one of those cards. Here's a library card with an image on it and a larger library card with an image. And here's Michael's trim. And then this is paper lace or paper ruffle that I made out of coffee dyed paper scraps that I had. And this is the center. I left it plain so there'd be more writing space. I put birds, of course, on the strings. Here's some of those little images that these journaling card images that I sized down, put ribbon and added stickles around the edge and made that. This is not a pocket, it's strictly for just to be pretty, and this way you can write over all the pages there. And here's another, this says Come Little Leaves is the name of this song. And so there's another one of those little cards. I put some cheesecloth under it and trimmed it in stickles. Then I heat embossed, stamped them and heat embossed the leaves onto the page. And then here is another postcard that is in the kit. And another library card. And two more of the journaling cards. I think there's 2 or 3 pages of those, and they're just so pretty. More room to write. Here's the other side of that vellum, and more writing space. And here is another one of Kelly's pockets. I have also done some stenciling. Here's a journaling card with the song on it, and another one of the square journaling cards. Here's another one with lines, and then you have the lines that I put on the back too, and then another library card. And here's just more space to write, the other side of the lined paper, and there is that one. And writing, and here is, I used the plaid paper. This is a tag that comes in the kit. I added, cut the bird out in the oval, put 2 Hobby Lobby flowers there, added gems, sewed around it, and made a pocket. And then here is one of the pages that I've made into a large journaling card, trimmed it in lace, and it fits right in there. Here's more writing space. And this is more of that antique lace trim. And I've added the little lace ruffle trim on another one of the pockets. And here is another journaling card and another one of those cards. The other side of the doily, I've left that plain. You can write on that doily too, so that's more space. Here's another card. I've added stickles on that image on the page. And some of these things I've put things in it, and some I've left empty so that the book wouldn't get too bulky. There are circles in the page, and that is a little pocket or tuck spot. And that I added a gem. And here is more of Kelly's lined paper. It is so pretty. So I made a belly band here, added the Tim Holtz wildflower, added a bow. Here's my paper from my stash, and that made the belly band. Added the journaling card here. Another pocket. Here's one of those little guest checks. Size down. There's another postcard. And there's more of Kelly's lined paper. I just think it's so beautiful. And there's the other side. Here is another image page from the kit. And there's a card, journaling card, inside of there. And there's another one of those little circles that can be a tuck spot also. And here's one of her lined pages that I cut in half and turn it over. I hinged it here, and you can, there's that tuck spot, and then here's a little tuck spot here that can be used for maybe something you don't want everyone to see, and you can kind of tuck it in there and write whatever you want on there. Here is another journaling card and another pocket with a page from the kit. Here is one of my little moving belly band. I used one of the circles with the bird, and it moves up and down. Doesn't really do anything, it's just for fun. Carol Tinson did those, and also Eva from the Bohemian Crafter. I saw her do that first, and then Carol Tinson, I saw her do it also. So I've used that quite a lot in my journals. There's more lined paper from the kit. And here is another pocket from the kit. I've put that on brown cardstock, added one of those little flowers from Jolene's, added a little lace. There is a tag, and that fits in there. And then you open that up, and there's a little hidden tuck spot. And here's all these little journaling cards that I've sized down, and here's a little library card that is sized down. from the kit. And then I added 2 flowers there just to give it a little more prettiness. And there again is the seam binding from the Papered Soul. And here is another page from the kit, another journaling card, and I've tucked that in there. And that brings us to the last page, and I love that page too. The birds and the baby bird there in the tree, and there's a journaling card tucked inside of that pocket. And here again, I've used the Crazy 8 punch. I put a little lace sticker on there, and there's a reason for doing that. I cut this pocket out and the bird was upside down, and that bothered me so much I had to cover it up. I did not want an upside down flying bird. So there's a pretty little lace flower on there. And as I do in every one of my journals, I add a letter. And this is paper from my stash that I've made the envelope. I've added stickles on there too. And the letter tells you all about journaling and what you can do with the journal and ideas for you to journal about and such. And so, and then I've signed it, of course. That concludes this video, and I thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this journal. I hope you'll visit Kelly's shop and visit my Etsy shop, and I thank you for your time, your wonderful comments that you all make. The words do not express what it really means to me, and I hope if you haven't subscribed that you will, and put a like on the video if you liked the book. And I will be back probably in another week because I've got another journal that will be starting tomorrow. So thank you so much again, and we'll see you soon.